Okay, so for those of you already asking probably what's wrong with my hair right now, I just showered, but that's not important to this video. Today, I'm going to be discussing the most hyped items from the Supreme Undercover collab that we do have coming this Supreme Week 4. Now, I have some opinions on it personally from, both sides, just really thinking about this collaboration overall, and I'm just going to be going through my most hyped items from like research I've done and what I've looked at, like polls on Instagram and just overall like discussion around this. I'm going to give an idea of what like the good pieces are and then the pieces that may not be as good, and you guys will see this in this video, of course. So I hope you guys will enjoy. If you're new, you can subscribe below, drop a like. You can do any of that. It's really up to you guys, but I'd appreciate it, of course, as I do this every single week. But anyways, let's get started. Now, I was a huge fan of this collaboration at first, and I still am a big fan of it, but just to address one thing, yesterday in my video, I was like all for this, and there were some good comments marking the idea of how people would probably take the Fear of a Black Planet thing wrong from someone like me wearing it, which I think that completely makes sense. I see how people could take that the wrong way, since most people probably wouldn't understand that it's a Public Enemy album, and that makes 100% sense to me. So now, understanding me wearing that in public, I'm sort of like on the edge on whether I'd want to buy any of this for the personal collection, and if I were, I'd probably have to wear a jacket with it, so it'd have to be cold because I'd only want to show the front portion, not the back portion where it says Fear of a Black Planet, considering that most people wouldn't understand what it means, and yeah, obviously things would be taken the wrong way. But discussing all that, the first item, by far the most hyped item, is going to be the White House tee. Now, we have 4 colorways in this: white, black, red, and blue, and my favorite colorway out of them all is by far the white colorway. Now, I would say the most hyped one is probably the black colorway. That's usually the case, but I would definitely go with the white colorway for me, because I saw this one, I immediately fell in love with it, like the yellow lettering of like Fear of the Black Planet on the back, and I like how they made it like a tour tee, like for Public Enemy. If you think about it, like they do have like the White House tee on the front with the guy standing in front of the White House, of course, like I think behind the fence, if I'm correct, maybe in front, maybe behind. I think it's behind if I'm correct, but I like how they stacked all the stuff in the back like it is a tour sort of tee. Like you had like the Public Enemy like hit marker symbol, and then you had like Undercover Supreme, all that, and I like how they organized it like it was like a tour tee, like all the dates and then like sponsors and stuff. I thought that was really cool. Obviously I recognized that almost immediately, which I think that's a really good design. It's Supreme's part. Now, I'm not sure what these are retailing for, but honestly, it's gonna be $44 to $48. Let's be honest, probably $48, I would assume. And everything's gonna be pretty limited, so I know these are gonna sell out very fast. Now, there are 4 colorways, so that does help, but in terms of like the colorways like black, those are gonna sell it extremely fast, and especially since a lot of people are like, oh, it's Star Wars, with the yellow lettering on the black tee. I don't know, that's just sort of what people have been thinking. I'm like, okay, I see that, but overall, I would say the most hyped color is definitely black, and I would say the retail is probably gonna be $48, $44, something like that, and resale easily over $100. That's what I think. I mean, a lot of people, even the hypebeasts, like this tee. Like, I know the hypebeasts don't like a lot of this Undercover collection, but they're actually fans of this tee, which is a good thing, I guess. So I guess my favorite item probably from the drop would have to be this, and it's the most hype. Okay, so next up we do have the Supreme Terror Dome hooded sweatshirt. Now, this was a pretty popular item. This is by far the most popular hoodie, and basically what it is, it just has like the little like Supreme Undercover thing right here, and like it just says Supreme that says Undercover underneath it, which is a very basic thing, that's pretty much on all the pieces in this collaboration. And on the back, it basically just has the Public Enemy sort of hit marker symbol right there, and then I believe it just says Public Enemy right under it. So a lot of these graphics, or pretty much all of the graphics, are from Public Enemy, as you guys can tell, and the really only influence we notice from Undercover is just sort of like, there isn't really much to see from Undercover. Like, I'm looking at a picture right here, and the only thing I can really notice from Undercover, again, it's just sort of hidden. Like, the only thing is like Undercover, like the text right here where it says Supreme Undercover, that's the only thing I really noticed from them. However, with these hoodies, I feel like they're pretty popular. 2 colorways that I know of right now, black and white, and the retail will probably be $148, so keep on the lookout for that, or $158, it's $148, $158, pretty much just normal hoodie retail, I would assume. I don't think it'd be $160. I don't think it'd be that much. But in terms of resale, easily 200 plus in my opinion. These hoodies have been hyped. These are very nice hoodies. And obviously this collaboration is going to be slept on. A lot of people are asleep, and I don't know why. It's such a good collaboration. I don't see why you would ever want to sleep on this. Like, there's such good opportunity with like resale. Yeah, resale sort of a relative term because only a few items are resale in my opinion. But in terms of heat, there's a really big variety. Like, even the items that aren't hyped are still nice. Like, there's nothing necessarily terrible in my opinion. And I actually like this collaboration a whole lot. But with this item, I don't know, resale I think 200 plus pretty easy, so let's move on. Now, the next item is the Terror Dome tees. Now, these are sort of like the same order. Like, I've gone from like the first most hyped item to the third, and now the second most hyped item. Just keep in order for that sort of consideration. Now, these are going to resell well. Again, all the tees are going to resell well, and the best item to resell, obviously, from this collab is going to be the White House tees. That's just sort of official, what we've seen. Everybody's loved those tees the most. Now, with these tees, they're pretty good. Again, the exact same design as the Terror Dome hoodies, basically just put in a tee. Now, the tees are great. I believe we have a white, red, blue, and then also a black colorway on these tees, just the exact same colorways that were on the White House tees, just to keep that in mind. Now, with these tees, again, they're gonna retail like $48, $44, $48, and they'll easily resell these. I feel like easily like 90 plus, 100 plus. Like, you'll see them pretty high on the market. And again, my resale estimations aren't the best. Keep that in mind. So it could be less, could be more, but I definitely assume with a Supreme Undercover Public Enemy collaboration, we'd have something that'd be worth more. So with these tees, they're pretty dope. They're gonna go for a good bit, and definitely, again, don't sleep in this collaboration. It's a good one, so keep that in mind. Okay, so the next tee we do have is the Blow Your Mind tee, the Public Enemy tee, whatever you guys want to call it. Here's sort of like the front design and the back design on it. Now, they do have a crew neck for this, but that is not my most hyped right now. But these tees, again, all the tees are really in my most hyped for a reason, or pretty much all of them, because the tees are so good this week. Like, they're gonna be the best tees we see in a while, in my personal opinion, or not a while, but the best tees we've seen for sure in spring summer 18, no questions asked. That's why I'm definitely going for these. I'm a tee guy, and these are definitely for me, other than, you know, the Fear of a Black Planet thing being taken wrong, which I hope people wouldn't take it that way. I hope people would recognize in the album, but sadly it's not what it's recognized as. But aside from that, this tee's pretty dope. Just says Public Enemy on the front, of course, and then on the back it just says Blow Your Mind. Now that is, again, that's Public Enemy right there with the hit marker. Instead of it being a guy, it just replaced it with the lady saying Blow Your Mind, and then the hit marker right over it, which I think that's cool. I like it. Again, I feel like the Blow Your Mind designer reminds me of like those old 80s, 70s comics, and that was around the time Public Enemy was starting to start, and I like that they put like that comic sort of theme, and I really like that. Again, I'm a really big fan. Like, I was a fan of the Supreme Thrasher collaboration at first from spring summer 17, because we had that sort of influence on it, which I thought was cool, and I like the sort of comic theme. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Supreme Thrasher, but I'm a fan of this for sure. I just like how they sort of added that in to fit with the theme really well. But with that being said, resale on these, I think the Blow Your Mind tees are super dope, and I feel like these, personally, I feel like these may go for more than the Terror Dome tees. Again, it's all just comes down to the hype piece in the market, because if nobody wants it, it's not going to resale, and we'll just have to wait a pretty long time for them to go up. Like, easily, it'd be a few years before they go up, but surely they're going to be worth more now, and I feel like they're going to do well. So in this, easily 100 plus, and same with the Terror Dome tee I discussed earlier, but the Public Enemy tee is going to do well, and I guarantee that. So be on the lookout. It's a good week for resale on tees, good week to keep your tees, good week for personal collection. Trust me, it's something you do not want to miss, and it's a great collaboration. Keep that in mind. So let's move on to my final item. Okay, so the final item in my most hyped, I'm just going to put it in here for the sake of it. I personally think that this is absolutely a whack item, and I don't know why people are super excited about it. Again, when Supreme comes out with sort of random items like this, as I usually do, people get excited about it. So we have the Fear of a Black Planet rug. Now, the reason I don't like this rug is because I preferred, someone in my comment section earlier, his name's Astronori, he has a dope YouTube channel, you guys can go check him out. He's been growing like crazy lately. I just want to congratulate him on that. So quick little shout out there. He gave this idea that Supreme should have made, like, you know, the Public Enemy hit marker symbol. They should have put it on like a circle rug, which personally I thought that was an incredible idea, and I definitely should mention it, because I don't feel like the Fear of a Black Planet rug is necessarily great. It's off center, it's not even like a pyramid. It's just sort of like the lettering, and I don't really like that. Again, it's a good design, but not my favorite design, not my favorite choice. I personally think that Astronori's choice was great and amazing. I feel like that should have been used. So Supreme, take advice from him. That was a good one in my opinion. Now, retailing this, again, I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard things from like 98, 78, 100 something plus. I assume it'd be in the hundreds, because Supreme usually charges a lot for rugs. So I'd expect like around hoodie retail, but except it's a rug, maybe more 178, something like that. It's gonna be a decent amount unless it's smaller. If it's smaller, I could see in the 70, 80 range. But it's a bigger, 100 plus easily. But reselling these, again, I don't know how well a rug resales, nor do I understand that. I'm not a rug researcher. I just prefer, again, like square, rectangle rugs, circle rugs. I don't like this sort of rug too much. But again, resale, I don't know what a rug resale is for. That's just sort of what you're gonna have to see. You guys can get this as a risky purchase, personal, whatever. I personally don't know about reselling this, nor do I think it will. It's why I put it sort of at the last item, because it's better than the other items according to like hype, and it was like by far the most hyped item according to like discussion behind the White House tee. But in terms of resale most hyped, I'm gonna put it down here because it's not gonna resell that much in my opinion. But with that being said, thank y'all for watching this video. Let me know down below what you guys think about this collaboration, and yeah. Anyway, so thank y'all for watching this video. Get close to the camera again. If you guys are new, you guys can subscribe below, like the video, do any of that. I'd appreciate it. I do a lot of content like this every single week, updating you guys, trying to give you guys as much info as possible and sharing my knowledge with you guys. So if you want that, you guys can subscribe. And also let me know down below your opinions on this Undercover collab. What you think about like the whole Fear of a Black Planet thing and that being sort of, I guess, taken the wrong way. Like, oh, it's not an album, it's sort of racist for like someone of my color to wear it. Which I'm sort of upset, you know, we're still thinking about that. I'm not gonna get too deep on it, but you know, 2018, we're still dealing with that. Whatever, I'm not gonna really play and give too much of an opinion on it because I just think it sucks in general that it still exists. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Let me know your opinions on Undercover Supreme Public Enemy, and peace out.